Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I last uploaded, and unlike previous times, which had been due to my lack of time management skills, lots has changed since then, and I actually moved across the country. It sounds really dramatic, but I've pretty much just spent the last couple of weeks settling in and getting into the routine of things in a new city. And so after a whole year and a half, I finally have in-person classes, and so I decided to take you guys along with me on two of my more eventful days in the past week. On the first day, I started off with making myself a strawberry yogurt bowl and ate that while transferring some of my to-dos and random notes onto this notebook. Then I proceeded to catch up on some of my anatomy lectures from the weeks I was preoccupied with moving, and to help me stay focused for longer periods of time, I started using this study clock from Minitimer, which allows you to customize the length of each of your study sessions and the number of cycles you want to go for. And it's super easy to set up and use, and has a really minimalistic design that will for sure not be a distraction of any sort. And so with my timer in the background, I got through a lecture and attended a really short meeting for a club. After that, I told myself I was going to take a break, but found myself getting way too distracted. So taking advantage of campus being open, I decided to head out and go to a library. On the way, I got myself an iced coffee. My go-to is the iced chestnut praline latte, and I also got a box of donuts, which you'll see later. So here I'm just trying to get through another one of these recorded lectures for anatomy, and I think the previous one I was watching was about immunity, and this one I'm currently watching is on breathing and ventilation mechanics. So what I'm doing is just listening and watching the lecture while simultaneously taking some notes. Then I went home with my roommate and cooked myself some dinner. Honestly, I find this to be the most difficult part of living alone, because previously this was always something that was taken care of by my parents, and I never quite realized how much time it took to prepare a simple meal, from searching up how to make it to actually cooking and then also cleaning up afterwards. But I'm sure as time goes on, it'll become easier, and hopefully I'll see it as part of my daily routine rather than a big hassle. So here I made myself some scrambled eggs with spinach and sausage alongside a sesame bagel, and I probably also ate a questionable amount of donuts on that day. And that brings us to day 2. So I woke up around 8 in the morning and convinced myself that maybe instead of going on my phone for 30 minutes or more, I will read instead. And actually I found it to be a really calming experience, and so slowly I am really trying to make that a morning habit. After some time, I will finally get out of bed, so the first thing I will do then is write out a to-do list for the day, which I'm doing with the help of this Google extension called Identity. If you haven't heard me talk about this before, it's a really great website for organizing everything you do online in a single place. So by clicking the plus button on the right, I am starting a new note for today. First thing on the list is reviewing some cell bio content, and I am just directly linking the tile by doing plus A2L, which is the tile name and the platform that I'll be using for completing this task. And I'm also writing out the rest of my to-do list. I also like to toggle between checkboxes and bullet points, especially to write down reminders for certain tasks, and you can do this easily with keyboard shortcuts, Command Y and U. And that's the list for today. Not super busy, but there's a good variety of tasks that needs to be done. With a solid plan, I am headed out the door to go to my lectures, which is one of the first time-sensitive tasks. But before I head out, I'm going to show you some of the items that I bring with me in my bag to university. So the backpack that I'm using is the Kanken, and the most important item is definitely my laptop. With that, I also bring some of my writing utensils and a notebook. In my wallet, I also have some gift cards, my debit, and my bus pass. And of course, I bring my charger and AirPods. So I think now that I've transitioned my whole note-taking system to online in Google Docs, it really lightens the weight of my backpack. But anyways, I'm also just completing a daily health check for going to campus. After lecture, my roommate and I went to get some food, which was really good. So we got a fried cheese side dish and pho. Then I got home and reviewed some of that cell biology content in preparation for one of our upcoming midterm interviews, which by the time I'm recording this voiceover, that's already done. And so yeah, in preparing for that, I just went over some of the slides we've made in the past and summarized them in the simplest form possible in this notebook that I use for everything. After that, I decided to take a shower and ended the evening with ordering some poke and bubble tea for a late dinner. And that brings us to pretty much the end of this vlog. I think my own takeaway from the past few weeks in terms of living alone and being responsible for myself in every aspect of life is that it can be challenging, and a lot of the things I overlooked actually requires so much time and effort to do. However, in terms of school, I do appreciate the offline and in-person aspect. And although a lot of activities are still limited, it has definitely given me some sort of a university experience, which again, I really do appreciate. Now that my life no longer revolves around studying at my desk, I'm definitely going to try to vlog more to share with you guys and for me to look back on in a few years of time. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out more of my content, and all of my social media will be linked below. I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!